Okay, so the awareness of the week, we begin with the Two of Wands. We see the man here holding the world in his hands, and he's looking out over the water and the mountains and his lands. And so this is a card of vision. It's a card of thinking about the future, your future, what's next. What is it that you want to do or to accomplish? And often with twos, we think about choices. And so you're thinking about, if I go in this direction, then how does that impact or affect my life in here, or my family, or other things? And so you may be thinking about new jobs, new relationships, perhaps new locations. At a literal level, holding the world in your hands, maybe you're traveling and you have some international travel that you're making plans for. But you're thinking about the big picture. This is the early stage of manifestation. So while you've been envisioning this, you've certainly been tired from shouldering your more than your fair share of the load. And you can see the guy pushing the wands up the street here, which shows a lot of strength and it shows a lot of determination. But why? Have someone help. And so it's a lesson to be learned, is that when we take on too much, we can become exhausted, we can be stressed out. That can lead to illness, resentment. Try to delegate to the degree possible. Ask people that you need some help, and a little share in the responsibilities or the obligations. Some may feel that this is like pushing debt up the street, that you've got this heaviness of debt on your head. So again, asking for help, and maybe from people who can help you plan accordingly, or to make your own plan and how to deal with it. But this is a case of doing more than your fair share. So for the guidance for the week, of the week, the guidance is to use your smarts, is to use your head. And the Ace of Swords, Swords is the air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And this blade is sharp, it's powerful. It gives you the ability, or it's a gift or blessing, but it's giving you the ability to see things clearly. If you look at the facts, if you deal with what is known, what is there. Rely less on emotions this week and focus on, the relevant information, the information that counts. Understand both sides of whatever it is that you're studying or dealing with, whatever scenario or situation, is to be informed of both sides of the issue. Again, this sword is piercing the crown. This is a call to you to use your smarts, to use your logic and your reason as you problem solve, as you think of the future, is to really be surgical and focused. The Ace of Swords brings clarity and strong communication. So you may be slicing through a lot of the nonsense to get to the heart of the matter, the truth of a matter. If you are able to use your smarts to delegate, then you're going to have success with the Six of Wands. Everything's going to work out well for you. This is a victory ride. This is a card where you are acknowledged and perhaps admired by people who watch what you've accomplished. It may not have been easy. You may have been really putting in more than your fair share to make it happen, but you have the respect of people watching you. and you are kind of getting your recognition and reward. On a life kind of perspective, you could be getting a bonus, you could be getting a congratulatory email, maybe you're getting a promotion, but there's certainly recognition for your success and for your victory. And so now let's choose 2 cards for possible outcomes. So we have the 6 of Pentacles, a card of giving and receiving. So you may be in a position to help someone out this week. You may be getting a call asking for help. You could be the merchant here. Someone needs your assistance. So this is a card to show compassion and kindness and consideration, to be empathetic, to put yourself in someone else's shoes. It could be you that maybe needs some support, and it doesn't have to be a check or just cash. It could be time. It could be someone listening and talking with you or helping out on an errand. So there are many ways to be of service, and this is a card of generosity. There are times when we are in a position to give and it feels great, and there are times when we need to ask for help and to not be shy or to feel prideful about asking for help. There's no harm in asking for help. So with all of these things on your mind, which is thinking of the future and evaluating choices, putting in more than your fair share of effort, using your smarts to think about what is going on and how you're going to improve, perhaps, enjoying the fruits of your labor and success, and the decisions to make, whether you are giving or helping out or receiving. Here's the 2 of Pentacles, another 2 card about choices that you have to make as you balance. And this goes to having a lot of things on your plate. Obligations, bills, people, relationships. It's all fighting for space within your life. And so, even during the rough periods and the rough times, you still have to find balance. You have to know how to carve out your energy and how to appropriate or to designate how much you're going to give in parts of your life. But it's the struggle and the delicate dance to keep these pentacles from falling. So you're juggling, you're doing whatever's necessary to try to stay balanced for the week. So what's interesting, just in looking at these cards here, is we don't see cups this week. We see wands, swords, and pentacles. So a thinking week, a week of passion, of success, and of focus on resources. Let's get a little more information. And we're going to choose an oracle card here for meditation or focus area for the week. Medicine woman, you are a channel for divine healing power. So, divine healing power. Allow yourself the time and the rest. And I think this goes really toward balance of not only balancing the things that you have to do, but it's the energy levels that you expend in working hard, doing more than your fair share, is to make sure that you take care of yourself. You know, get enough sleep, eat healthy foods, exercise. And now I'm going to choose an oracle card for spirit or emotional self. Trust. While your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path. The logical path may be the one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. So this would be saying, listen, you're cutting through the nonsense, you're finding clarity, but don't forget to pay attention to your heart. Even though this card would say leave your emotions on the table, this card is saying also trust. Trust your instinct. When it comes to passions and ideas and manifesting, trust your heart. What does your heart want? And now I'm going to choose a card for love, and we'll see what messages we have for you for love. Empathy. You feel and understand the emotions of another in the service of love. One of the most important considerations that we can show as humans is to feel empathy and to put ourselves in someone else's shoes and to appreciate what they're going through. And so there's a lot of empathy embedded within this Six of Pentacles, of having the consideration and the kindness to help others, to appreciate where they're going through, where they're coming from. This is what I have for you for the week, and I hope that you found something here that resonates with you. If you did, and if you enjoyed the reading, please subscribe, like, share, or comment. And I hope that you have a fantastic week, and I look forward to seeing you next week for another weekly reading. Take care. Bye-bye.